Hi folks, welcome to another episode of Workers and Resources Soviet Republic. In this episode, we're going to build ourselves an oil refinery. And don't forget, if you like this video, hit the subscribe button and give me a thumbs up. Let's get started. So just before we get started on the oil refinery, I'm going to go over here to this little development over here. And I just want to add a fire station because I think I'm going to need one in this location. So we'll go over to state infrastructure and over to a fire station. That's going to turn this guy around and plop him in right there. And I guess I should hit play if I want this thing to move along. And then we'll click on the fire station and we'll buy ourselves some trucks. So let's buy ourselves just a few trucks at this point to make sure that we have what we need. Oh, we have another problem. The temperature in the building is too low. Well, and we need firefighters. So I'm going to put a small heating plant here and see if that will do it for me. There's a small heating plant. I'm going to place him maybe on an angle in case I want to accept coal exports in the future. I might need some space there. So maybe what I really want is him turned around and facing that way. Alright, we got a heating plant in, but of course it's going to need a few things. Let's go over to walkways and see if we can get people to walk from there over to here. So we'll put a walkway in and we'll see if this is going to work. Well, there are no workers and there are no resources. It's missing coal. So let's just go to purchase. And we'll buy some coal. We've solved that problem. Now we just got to solve the worker problem. Well, I was trying to avoid this, but maybe the best way to solve the worker problem is just to put a residence in either right beside it or across the road. Because this walkway doesn't seem to be doing it for us, even though I go like this, you can walk from there. There's just nobody going there. So let's go to walkways and let's just take some of that stuff out. It didn't work the way we had hoped. We'll just take that out. Alright, let's go to residence and see if we can plop in just a little residence of some kind. Something tall. Well, that's pretty big actually. Here's a little narrower one, but actually that other one would have worked probably just fine. And actually we have a food factory over there, so perhaps I should put a bigger one in. Just make sure it's where we want it to be. Alright, we got a residence in there. Now I wonder if he has electricity. We'll have to check that once it's built. Just clicking on that, I'm not getting any warning signs. So let's specify where these guys go. I'm going to see if I can make them go there and over here. Just split that. Alright. And that should help my power plant or my heating plant, and it does. It's now operating without issues. Alright, now back to the matter at hand. Building an oil refinery. So of course to build an oil refinery we got to look for oil. And there's the locations there, and I've already got a village right there sucking up some oil for my gas plant, so I got to find a different location. And I'm thinking right about over here somewhere might not be a bad idea. We have a little village here that basically has built-in workers and they have their own heating system, so they're ready to go. And we're almost right over top of the oil. If I move it over just a tad, looks like the oil is right over here. And if I go here, there's another source just over the hill. So we got some more oil in this location here. So back we go. Maybe what we'll do is we'll start out with just a couple of pumps in this location. Let's get rid of the map and over to fossil fuels. And there's a pump jack. So there's a pretty good source there, about 90%. Looks like that's about the best I'm going to get. I'm going to plop that in there. And then let's see if we can find another one here that's a pretty high source. In terms of quality, should be something around here. So I'd say 88 is about the best we're going to get there. And we'll stick him in there. So for the moment, I'm just going to take this road out of the way. It's a little bit in the way, I think. I can always put it back, and for now, we'll just take it out. And then over to liquids and a storage tank. So what I want is to connect up to both these guys and have a storage tank in front of my oil refinery. You don't have to do that, but the reason I do that is to make sure I have a steady supply of oil. At least I can store the oil in the storage tank and build it up, and that way I can reduce any disruptions in service. That's essentially why I do it, so we'll plop him in there. So next up, let's go back to fossil fuels and over to my oil refinery. And I gotta make sure I get the right input area. So there's one there, and I can plop them down. Now, one thing I might do in this area is get rid of these pipes and make them underground. And the reason for that is I got to put roads around here, and these pipes often get in the way. So I'm just going to go to liquids and cancel pipes. I'm going to get those out of there, and those ones too. I'm just going to delete those because all of these need roads, and there's going to be a lot of roads around this oil refinery. We'll take that out, and then we're going to go to underground pipes. And then we're just going to reconnect that back up. So we reconnect those, and away we go. And then back above ground. I'm going to build some more storage tanks. And this time, I'm going to build one, which my intent is that it will be for bitumen. That's my intent anyway. And the bitumen, of course, is going to be for our asphalt plant. And then I'm going to build maybe two for fuel. I guess at this point I really only need one. And I could build a second one later if I felt the need to. I'm going to plop that in right there. And once again, I'm going to just take out these guys. Just delete those and put in underground pipe. And I'll connect him up. And then him. And I didn't want a connection there, so that should be fine. And back above ground. And actually I can just also get rid of this here too, that little piece. Alright, he's out of there. Now what else am I going to need for this oil refinery? So if that's going to be bitumen, then I'm going to need a asphalt plant to go beside it. So we'll go back to miscellaneous and over to an asphalt plant. And where is my asphalt plant? Right there. Alright, so I think I will put the asphalt plant kind of over here if I can. Actually, I might situate it just over here. Alright, now I got myself an asphalt plant. Now, there's some other things I want here to make this work. So the asphalt plant will need gravel, so I'm going to put in a aggregate storage. Well, really the only question is what size. Do I put a small one in or a large one? I'm thinking a large one. I'm going to put a large one in, and that way it can get loaded up and have a good supply of aggregate or gravel once this thing gets going. And of course I'll need a truck unloading station so I can load it up, basically bring the gravel in by truck. I might be able to bring it in by train too, but for the moment let's assume it's coming in by truck, and we've got other connections here if we want to bring it in by train. Now over here at the other tank, this is going to be for our fuel. So again, there's going to be two ways to load this stuff. There's an oil loading and unloading, and then there's an oil loading and unloading for a train. So we could do it by train. That's one option. I'm going to put a train connection here. And of course, the other possibility is we're going to be trucking fuel to our local gas stations by truck. So back over to here, and I'm not sure the difference between that one and that one. They look the same to me, so I'm going to pick that one, and I'm going to connect him to there. I can, and maybe just sneak him in just like that. And once again, just for consistency, I'm going to take these pipes out and put them underground so I'm not hampered when it comes to building roads. So back to underground pipes, we go underground. And what happened there? Oh, there's the connection there, and then we can hook that guy up like that. So we go back above ground and hit escape. So the next step is to build some roads. I'm going to go over to roads, and I'm just going to build some mud roads because all of these buildings need a road connection. And of course they need it for firefighting purposes as well as just general access. So these are mud roads. As you know, they're built for free and they get built instantaneously. I'll go through here and just connect that guy up. And I might come through here with the road. That's probably going to work, and everybody's going to have access. And of course I'm going to need a road on the other side too. I'm going to go out and around, and we'll go down this side. And across. We of course are going to hook up to the village here. And I'm going to put a connection in there and in there. Now there's still a few other people here that didn't have what they need in terms of a connection. That's too sharp. We'll go up and then maybe like that. Alright. So that needs a connection, and that needs a connection. And of course, so did he. We'll give him his own connection. Doesn't have to be, but I think I will. Give him one, and there's another one there. So I think we have everybody covered in terms of connections. Now while we're here, I think I'm going to put some railway track in so I don't lose it or have the inability to do so by building over top of it later. I'm going to put one track in, and just in case we need it for the future to export our fuel. And we're going to go out like that, and of course we are going to need a railroad electric connection because these are electric lines. So we'll connect that there. And then just connect it up there like that. Okay. Alright, so we don't have a number of things here yet. And I just want to see, where is the entrance to this building? So if I were to, I guess it's right there? Or do I actually have a road connection to the oil refinery yet? Let's just check that. We'll go back to roads and over to here. No, I don't. So obviously I need a road connection. There's a very nice convenient one right there. Now while we're here, let's put a nice big bus platform right in front of the refinery, because he's going to need a lot of workers. We'll plop him in there, and then I'm going to put some walkways in just to make sure I can Get lots of good access to this plant. Here we go. Now, one of the major things we need for this area, of course, is electricity. They have no power. But while I'm thinking of it, I'm going to put a fire station in. I just want to make sure that this area has two things. One has a hospital and the other has a fire station. I just don't want anything to burn to the ground just yet. We'll go over to state-run infrastructure. There is a fire station. We'll put him in here. He can fit in right about there. Actually, maybe I'll put the fire station right in here. There we go. And maybe the hospital can wait till later. But one thing that can't wait is we need electricity. So certainly one of the necessities of this operation is now electricity. Let's go down to our nearest electrical connection, our nearest high voltage wires, and put a switch in and bring some power down here. Over here, we're just going to break that connection there. And then we're going to put in a high voltage switch. We'll put the switch in. Well, I just got to do a little bit of terrain management there. And then we're going to hook that guy back up here and over here. And of course, he will need a road connection for firefighting purposes. There we go. Alright, back to our power lines, and there's a high voltage line. We're going to pull a high voltage line off here, and then we're going to take it all the way over that village in the distance. Okay, so there's a little town we're headed for right over there. So we'll click on that guy there, and oh, not what I wanted. Let's go that way. Right, dead towards that town. And we'll move along. And we'll just keep putting these long distance or high voltage wires in. But now we're near the town, so perhaps maybe just a little bit more, and then we'll put in a transformer. There's a transformer, and that'll get us from high voltage down to medium voltage, which is what we want. And of course, I gotta hook that guy right back up. But now I've got a power source here, but we gotta put in some substations to power this whole thing. I'm gonna put one in here. That's not a bad location here. It gets a few buildings and shouldn't get overloaded. I'm going to put one over here, and they're going to kind of share, but maybe I can kind of go a little bit farther. Say over like that. And then I'm going to start over this way. I got to go around the town and make sure it has power. And it's just hard to see when you get all these lines going if things are actually connecting. Like, do I have a road connection? And I'm going to put one in there. And then let's see if I can sneak one in around here somewhere. There we go. And then over to the other side. That's probably more than enough, but we're just going to make sure that everybody's got power here. And it's going to zoom out just a little bit. Yeah, that should do it. That's a nice road connection. I don't want to ruin that. Let's go over a little bit. Right to there. Okay, now I got to run some wires to these guys, otherwise nothing's going to happen. So over to my medium voltage wires, and let's just pull a wire off this way. And we'll head towards our nearest substation, which was around here somewhere. Alright, so I'm going to just stop there, and I'm going to need a switch. I'll turn the switch around, and is that a medium voltage switch? Hopefully it is. Yeah, and I'm just going to plop him in right there. And then back to wires. Okay, where's the wire? There it is there. Then we'll connect up that guy. And then we'll go over to our next substation. We'll come across, like, I wonder if I can go right across. Well, I can. Well, it kind of does, but maybe I just want to come over this way and stay out of that crowded area for the moment. The other thing is I am going to put a switch in again. And actually I'm going to need power here too. So let's just go back a bit and take that out. And then back to a switch. Well, I might need a couple of switches here actually, the way this is working out. Alright, let's put one switch there. And then we'll hook him up. Like that. I guess I could pull some power off this way and go, well, maybe up a little bit and back down. And then go across like this. And yeah, I'm going to need another switch in there to keep going if I want to go in a circle, so to speak, or in a circuit. Let's just break that up and put yet another switch in. I'll plop that in there, and hopefully it's not too close. I can come across and put that in. And then can't go right across like that, but I could kind of zigzag a little bit. And then come across. I gotta find that next substation that I had built. And I kind of went around the perimeter of the oil refinery, so it shouldn't be that hard to find. But I think what I'll do is just go right around the edge of the road, because that's exactly how you would have power lines in real life. So, and they may come in handy later. So we'll bring the power lines around, and of course we have another substation right there. So we'll put in a switch. These switches, I never really liked these switches. They don't seem to go the way I want them to, but well, let's just put it in like this. Plop that in, and then we're going to hook this guy up. And then he's going to go across and hook up there. That's not very elegant, but it does work. And then I'm going to go back this way. And let's find my next substation. Let's keep going with these wires. We'll pull them across. And that is the next location we're looking at. I'm going to put a switch in and just orientate it like that. And then connect him up and connect him up. Now he will of course need a road connection. And we're going to have to either make one or find one. So let's make one and connect them up. Alright, and back to electricity and over to wires. So I think I have another substation around here somewhere. I just got to find them. So we'll keep going around our little village here. Oh, there he is right there. Okay, so let's put a break in the lines. And put another switch in. I'm going to put the switch in that way because it's the orientation I need. And hook him up, and hook him up, and then back to there. And of course he will need a road connection, so it'll be a little bit goofy, but... or will it? I can connect him up over there. Alright, so now we're coming around the bend, and if I can do this, I can hook back up to my transformer. I'm hoping I caught all the substations and everybody is hooked up. So let's just go around the town and back this way. And we'll just come all the way back and we'll make a circuit. You don't have to, but it just kind of makes sense to me. And now we've made a circuit around our village. Okay, everybody's got power. Now what else do they need? Well, they're going to need a gas station or two. because otherwise they're not going to be able to go anywhere. So let's go down to roads and let's put in a gas station. And I'm thinking, well, we'll put one in right here. That might help. We'll plop a gas station in there. And I'm not sure if I'm going to need another one. Maybe I'll need another gas station out here somewhere. Not really sure yet. Let's place our bus platforms first. I'm going to place some small ones and just try to capture everybody if I can. What I really want is a road connection there, and I thought I just had a glimpse of one. Yeah, there's one there, so let's just squeak a road in there. There we go. And then I'm going to go back and put in a bus platform. There's one there. And of course, I'm going to put in some walkways to make sure people can get to them very easily. At least I hope easily. Or enhance the distance. I know they're only going to go 300 meters, but let's make sure we get at least the 300 meters out of it. Alright, and then let's put another one up in here somewhere. Let's see if I can get that road connection again that I'm looking for. Maybe I can get a road connection in here. It won't let me. Oh, let me put one in here. So let's see if I can plop something in like that. And then go to my bus platform and put him in. And of course, back to walkways. And we'll put some walkways in to make sure these people can get here easily. Because they like to walk, we know that. We just got to keep on encouraging them to do it. And we can hook these guys up. And there isn't any buildings over there just yet, but there might be in the future, so I'm going to put one over there. So that's pretty good. Now they're coming in by the hordes. Okay, and then I better put another bus station over here, or bus platform. Go back to roads, and there is a small bus platform. I'm just going to stick him in something like that. And then I can make my own road connection here. I hope that'll work out. And of course it does. And then back, of course, to walkways and see if I can get any walkways in there. Now this might not have worked out as well. Well, maybe there you go. Can I stick one in here? I can. And let's just see if we can get these people walking here as best we can. We'll encourage them anyway. Get over this way. There's a third one, and I'm going to plop a fourth one over here somewhere, I think. Might be a good spot. Oh, does that... That looks like a building. That's a substation without power, so I did miss one. That was unfortunate. Let's just go back here and we can fix that. Go back to power. And we'll break the line and put in a switch. Got a switch in there now, and we can just connect those wires right up. And that'll fix that problem. There we go. And it'll also influence probably where we put that next bus platform. There's one there. I just want to check how far people can walk to get to that. Well, that's pretty good, actually, so I can probably plop one down in this corner down here. Oh boy, they're loading up fast. So let's keep going. So over here to a bus platform, and I'm going to stick him in there. And then I'm going to come across with the road and hook them up. Then down to walkways. And you got it. I'm going to put a bunch of walkways in to encourage people to come this way. Guess there isn't a walkway there, but I could come across like that probably. There you go. Alright, so I got 4 of these things, and now I need a road depot to start buying vehicles to start shipping them over to my oil refinery. I'm going to go back to roads, and I'm just going to put in, I'm going to see if I can squeak a road in here. Will it let me? Yep, it will. And oh, it won't let me connect there. Can I come off like this? It doesn't like that. Alright, that wasn't quite perfect, so we can get rid of that and go back to roads and then just kind of hook that up in a way it will allow it. Alright, I'm going to put my road depot in here. So over to my road vehicle depot. Got power there, so it should do alright, and we'll plop them in. Alright, now we've got to start buying some buses. We click on the road depot and let's purchase ourselves some vehicles. Let's start with this one here. We'll get 8 of them. And we're going to start here at that one that's got a... Oh, the building is without power supply. Okay, we're going to have to fix that. There must be a bad connection somewhere. Alright, so back here, and we'll set up our bus routes. We're going to go here, and we're only going to pick up workers. And then the next stop is over there, and we're only going to pick up workers. And we're going to start, and then we're going to copy to the other vehicles. Alright, and back to the depot, which is right there. And if I hit escape, I can just get everybody going. And I'll click on this guy here and go to line spacing, and let's space that out. Alright, so some vehicles are starting. So there must be a bad connection somewhere because there isn't a power supply. Well, that building is without power supply. That building is without power supply, so that means that I've made a error in my connection, and it's probably in this long distance line. And what I distaste about these high powered lines is that they're very hard to see whether or not you have a connection. So it's usually where you've started and stopped again. Well, that's what I'm looking for, is where did I make a break in the line, because that's where it's probably made the error. So I think that's the mistake right here, back at this original connection. I'm going to go here, and I'm going to get rid of that, and let's see if we can connect that up properly. Alright, let's go back to our little village. Alright, so back at our little village here, there is our transformer. It has power. And we'll just go along here to make sure everything has power. It has power. And I'll keep going. It is without power supply, so I have a bad connection here somewhere. Ah, that is why. Okay, there's there's my problem, is I somehow didn't connect that up properly. Go back to medium power lines and across and over. Alright, he's got power. And then we'll just take a look here to see, does everybody else have power? And they do. Now this guy is just missing oil. Does that guy have power? He does not. So again, there's another error in my wire connection. And he doesn't have power. So I've made a few boo-boos, so I gotta find the error and fix it. He's without power. Check this guy, he's without power. He is without power. Oh, what happened here? Alright, let's fix this. We'll bring that line across and we'll just see if that makes things better. And then we'll click on this guy. He has power. Alright, let's just go all the way around then and make sure that all my substations are powered. He is without power. Alright, let's find the issue. That building is without power supply. That building has power. Ah, we didn't connect properly there, so let's just fix that up. Come across this way and over. Building is still without power supply. What happened? He's fine. Let's go back and let's just start over here. And let's see if we can connect that up. I'm going to start here. I'm going to go over, just across, nice and simple, to there. And it didn't hook up. Oh, the building is in the way. That's the problem. Okay, we can fix that. So we'll just take that out and we'll go on a bit more of an angle over this way and connect that up. Now he's got power. That building is without power, so I'm having a terrible time with my lines here. He's got power. He's got power. He's got power. Okay, they're working now. Okay, it looks like everybody's got power now, and the pumps are working. I don't have a lot of workers yet, but the oil refinery is working without issues. Let's just put a few more bus routes in. I think we did from there to there. I wanted to go 1, 2, 3 more just to keep things rolling here. I'm going to purchase some more vehicles. This time I'm going to pick this one. And this time we're going to go from here. And we're going to pick workers only. And then we're going to go to there. And again, we're going to pick workers only. And we'll hit start. And then we're going to copy. We'll go back to the depot. And the easiest way is just copy right on top of the vehicle, just like that. And then hit escape and we'll send them on their way. And we'll just do the line spacing thing. There we go. Okay, so I've added some more vehicles, and I think I've got buses coming from all 4 of these bus platforms. I just want to check over here. Yeah, there's one going in there. And over at our oil refinery, things are working pretty good here. Our number of workers is going up, but we could probably use a bus or 2, I would think, because things are kind of getting loaded up. I'm going to go back to my road depot and I'm going to buy a sizable bus. We buy 4 of them. And I'm going to send a bus to each location. So one there. Of course, workers only. Then over to there. And we'll just make it what we want and hit start. And then for this guy, we're going to go to that one. And of course, workers only. And then over to our oil refinery. And workers only. And again, hit start. And I'll do that for the other 2 bus platforms. Alright, let's just see how our oil refinery is doing. I click on that now, the number of workers is going up, so that's excellent, and we're operating without issues. So we've built ourselves an oil refinery. And if we just click on this one, the fuel is going up, and oh, I wanted that to be bitumen. So we're going to have to fix that, and this one here is bitumen, so that is a problem. So let's just pause the game, and we'll click on this guy here, and let's empty the whole storage. And then, yeah, this guy here, I want to store fuel. And then at this guy here, we're going to empty it all out. I know that hurts, but then we're going to store bitumen. All right. Now, everything should be as it needs to be. Well, folks, we've built ourselves an oil refinery and everything's working without issues. If you have any comments or questions, please feel free to note them in the comment section below. Well, where do we go from here? Well, the answer to that question lies in the next video. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. If you haven't done so already, smash that subscribe button below right now and click on the bell so you don't miss out on more great content. Click on that box in the bottom left-hand corner right now to see a video you're almost guaranteed to love. This video was selected just for you by YouTube, and they know what you like. So what are you waiting for? Click on that box now, sit back, relax, and enjoy another video.